Hi there, this is Mr. Miller and welcome to video 3A. In this video, I'm hoping you'll graph some functions with me. We're going to create a table for our functions and then plot the points to get a graph for them. All right, we have like two examples to go through. So here's the first one. We want to make a graph of the absolute value function here. It's the f of x equals absolute value of x minus 2. Absolute value is not on the calculator, so that kind of gives people trouble sometimes, but we can work through it one value of x at a time. So we're going to put negative 3 in for x, and we will get absolute value of negative 3 minus 2. The absolute value of negative 3 is positive 3. Remember, absolute value makes numbers positive or 0 if they're 0. And so absolute value of negative 3 is 3, and 3 minus 2 is 1. We're going to put negative 2 into the function. We get the absolute value of negative 2 minus 2. Well, that would be positive 2 minus 2, since the absolute value of negative 2 is positive 2. And 2 minus 2 is 0. Let's put in negative 1. Absolute value of negative 1 is 1. And we're going to subtract 2. We'll get negative 1. If we put in 0, absolute value of 0 is 0. Minus 2 is negative 2. See a pattern. They're going down by 1, but it's going to change here. When we put in 1, the absolute value of 1 is 1. And then when we subtract 2, we get negative 1. It's kind of turning around and going back up. Absolute value of 2 is 2. Minus 2 is 0. And the absolute value of 3 is 3. And when we subtract 2, we get 1. All right, so that's the hardest part, is creating the table, the outputs for our function. Now we're going to take each point and graph it. So remember, the x-coordinate is how far we go left or right. The y-coordinate, which is going to be the value of the function, is how far we go up or down. So this one's left, right, and this one's up, down. So to plot negative 3, 1, we're going to go left on the x-axis to negative 3 and up to y equals 1, right there. For negative 2, 0, we're going to go left 2 and up 0, which means we stay right there on the x-axis. At negative 1, we're going to go down 1. At x equals 0, which is right here, we're going to go down 2. At x equals 1, we're going to go down 1. At x equals 2, we're at 0 again. And at 3, we're at 1. So the shape of the graph is a V shape. All right, if we want to draw in a little bit more, we can kind of sketch in the shape. With Cami, we could use the line tool, and I'm going to start here and go up like that. And then I'm going to start here and go up like that. We can kind of really see the V shape. I'm going to be really fancy and put arrows on, because this pattern kind of continues forever in both directions like that. That's a nice absolute value graph. Okay, well, the secret is create a table and plot the points. All right, well, the next one is going to be a parabola. It's kind of a U-shaped graph. This one, we have an expression being squared. All right, well, this is a little bit easier to do on your calculator. We're going to put negative 4 in for x. We get negative 4 plus 1 squared minus 3. All right, you can enter it just like that on your calculator, and you'll be fine. Negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. Squared is 9. 9 minus 3 is 6. All right, let's put negative 3 in. So if you're using a calculator, you can just hit the cursor up button, change the negative 4 to a negative 3, and press equals. And so that'd be negative 2 squared, which is positive 4, minus 3 is 1. I'm going to put negative 2 in. That'd be negative 1 squared, which is 1, minus 3 is negative 2. When I put negative 1 in, that's going to be 0 squared minus 3 is negative 3. And then I think we're going to see the function kind of turning around. At 0, we get 0 plus 1 squared minus 3, which is 1 minus 3. That's negative 2. If we put in these other ones, we'll get 1 and 6. Okay, now we plot them. Negative 4, 6, Well, we go left 4, up 6. Negative 3, 1 means we go left 3, up 1. Negative 2 means we go left 2 and down 2. Negative 1, 3 means we go left 1, down 3. 0, negative 2 is right there. 1, 1 is right here. And 2, 6 is right here. You can kind of see a U shape. It's not a sharp V, it's a U shape. It's curved at the bottom. All right. I would try to draw that in. That's really hard with a digital pen. So I hope you don't mind. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to use the website Desmos, which is a great website. I hope you've learned how to use it to kind of create the graph for us. So here's a computer drawn graph of it, and you can see it's a nice, smooth U shape, something really hard to draw with a digital pen. All right, that's it for examples. If your teacher is having you do journal assignments, please complete this journal assignment, complete the table, and then plot the points and sketch the graph. Get you started a little bit. You're going to start by putting 0 into the function. That would give us 0 minus 2 squared. It's negative 2 squared, which is positive 4. So your first point is 0, 4. Okay, go ahead and finish it and get the graph. Good luck.